Once upon a time, the town of Brightwood was a place of marvelous, visible talents. Children zipped on custom-made roller skates, if they were speedsters, or carried miniature easels, if they were artists. Silas had a talent too, but it wasn't fast or flashy. His talent was listening. Not just hearing words, but listening to the tiny, faint wishes of things that couldn't speak back. His classmate, Jet, could make colors explode just by snapping his fingers. "Look at me, Silas," Jet would shout, dazzling everyone. Silas just wished his own talent was something brighter. Silas went home and told his older sister, Lyra, "I wish I could be an explosion maker like Jet. My talent is too quiet. It's useless." Lyra smiled. "Your talent is a quiet power, little brother. The world has enough loud explosions. It needs someone who can hear the whispers." The next day, Brightwood's great clock tower, the heart of the town's daily rhythm, suddenly stopped. The hands were frozen at noon. Alarms blared and everyone was confused. Mayor Marius arrived. He called on the fastest and the strongest, the ones with the biggest talents, to help. "We need this fixed, now," he boomed. Jet snapped his fingers, sending a surge of bright color at the stone, trying to shock the clock back to life. The colors bounced harmlessly off. Silas closed his eyes and leaned against the cold stone base. He tuned out the noise of the crowd and listened. He heard a tiny, faint, sad little tick whine coming from deep inside the gears. "That's the main spring," Silas announced. "It's not broken. It's just stuck on a tiny fallen feather. It wishes someone would gently lift it." Mayor Marius, following Silas's quiet directions, carefully maneuvered the long, thin tool and nudged the feather away. Clunk, tick-tock, the clock sprang back to life. Everyone cheered for Mayor Marius, and a few people patted Silas on the back. Silas smiled, feeling a warm, quiet pride in his chest. His listening wasn't loud, but it had saved the day. But the next week, the town had a new problem. A pipe burst, flooding the library basement. The town needed fast bucket movers, strong lifters, and quick-drying experts. Jet's color explosions, now tinted with heat, helped dry the wet books instantly. The speedsters quickly moved all the furniture. Silas stood by the door. His talent wasn't needed. "See, Lyra?" Silas sighed that evening. "The clock was just a one-time thing. The everyday problems need the big, exciting talents. I'm just waiting for things to whisper." "Patience, little brother," Lyra said. "The world will always have need for a quiet solution. There's a rumor about the Whispering Woods. They say the ancient path has vanished." The Whispering Woods bordered Brightwood, and the path to the annual berry harvest had truly disappeared overnight. It was a complete mystery. Mayor Marius called all the talent holders. Map makers couldn't chart the way. They said the trees themselves seemed to be moving. The builders couldn't force a new path. The ground was too resistant. Even Jet's blasts of light couldn't penetrate the thick canopy and illuminate the old markers. The forest seemed determined to keep its secrets. Silas stepped forward. "The trees aren't moving, Mayor Marius. They're tired of holding the path open. They want to rest. I heard them whispering a secret." Silas walked slowly into the dense trees, closing his eyes. He listened to the roots, the leaves, and the old silent stones. The forest whispered to him, "Follow the smallest light." He opened his eyes and saw a path of faint, pale moss that the other talents had missed. It glowed only when listened to. Silas led the way, stepping gently so the forest could rest. By evening, everyone reached the berry clearing. Mayor Marius said, "You didn't need a loud talent, Silas. You needed the right talent, the one that listens." Jet walked up to Silas, his usual explosive confidence softened. "I never would have thought to listen to the moss," Jet admitted. "You're the best listener in all of Brightwood, Silas." Silas grinned, his heart full of quiet, powerful pride. His uniqueness was his greatest power, and he knew now that the quietest talent can often lead the way.